never believes that once the crisis is over, people will return to physical stores. But one lesson from the crisis is that it is important for all the players in the fashion industry, from designers to boutiques, to invest in digital channels. I don't think there is any scenario in the future in which fashion will exist online only. Never says fashion is physical object. Will never be able to entirely digitize it the way Spotify did with music, Netflix did with movie, but fashion needs to embrace digital if it is to survive. In the past few years, as the pandemic took a toll on us, emotionally, physically, and financially, some of us are still struggling to bounce back to the norm. Companies remain shut down. Some people continue to lose their livelihood and giving up on their talent and passion.
Shifting consumer values. And so stuff like this would just end up in a landfill. Yeah. Now I'm on a journey to see how fashion is recalibrating after the pandemic to balance profit with purpose.
So here I am, taking this huge leap of faith in the midst of economic downturn, giving up my job and punching fear in the face, starting all over again, and whatever it might take, at least this time I'm aware of. I'm aware of the challenge. If you are a member on this channel, thank you for your continuous support. And those of you that just joined, I really appreciate your support as well. Take care. In many ways, I found myself feeling the need to go out there and join the rat race. That's how I endured the normal routine of 9 to 5 job. Every day I got up to go to work. It was mainly about the money, just so I could survive and be able to pay the never-ending bills. Deep within me, I was not happy and did not look forward to it all. Nothing exciting really, and this hurt. I wondered if this was my fate or destiny and blamed myself for settling for less.
Salia, who has injected his dystopian vision into the brand, with experience honed at the Antwerp Academy of Fine Arts, Maison Martin Margiela, and Louis Vuitton. From Georgian refugee to master fashion disruptor, Demna is part of a group of designers including Virgil Abloh and Kim Jones, who brought the streetwear phenomenon to the highest levels of European fashion.
Top quote, site, CFDA, CEO, Stephen Kolb. Fashion is a pendulum. It shifts from one extreme to another, and that will happen again here. Still, Kolb thinks that the crisis may have shifted our values more permanently over the last few years. There has been a growing awareness among consumers that the fashion industry has a disastrous impact on the planet, accelerating climate change and polluting the ocean. This happens in part because consumers buy more clothes than they need, partially because clothing is too cheap and companies produce more clothes than they will sell. But Cole believes that if the pandemic has taught us anything, it is that we don't need to be constantly chasing the latest trend. And this means that consumers may finally cure themselves of their addiction to fast fashion. As we get away from casual clothing, we will focus on craftsmanship, quality, and longevity. Cole predict it will be a slower fashion approach, which is a good thing because it lends itself into a more sustainable industry, which is something we've been talking about for a long time.
And its role in the world. Marina Demnar are asking how fashion can more positively impact the people in our communities, the societies we live in, and the planet we all share.
The fashion industry will eventually make a comeback. McKinsey believes that positive growth will return as soon as 2021, though it will be a modest increase of no more than 4%. But one big question is whether our fashion sensibility will have permanently changed after years of being stuck at home wearing sweat and pajamas. During the pandemic, many designers have started creating loungewear for the first time. All of the experts I spoke with believe that this focus on casual, comfortable clothes is short-lived. Designer and CFDA President Tom Ford pointed out to WWD that after the austere years of 1918 Spanish flu, fashion came back in a big way with the roaring 20s. Fashion is a pendulum, says Kolb. It shifts from one extreme to another, and that will happen again here.
Completely to where we were. There is it's a big movement going into that opening of different gender and also races. All that opening, the majority is for the opening and the minority is the ones that are against it. That is a big change.
男の人とか女の人とか年齢も若いとかオールドとか関係なくて似合う人にこう着せてきました。
I think that the clientele in the past 2 years, it's gone from being a very Western clientele, actually, and one really rooted and based in the United States, to being much more global.
Brands forged on, which shows packed full of fashion insiders. In a global business so interconnected, unforeseen consequences of the pandemic came to light.
This was supposed to be one of the big day for most of these malls when it comes to sale, as Black Friday, still on. But for some reason, you walk into the shops, there is just not much going on. Shops still seems to be very quiet. I walk in there. Normally, you walk into some of this brand, that's high end. You can't spend that much of time just negotiating and then trying out all this outfit, and then you seem to be the only one inside that shop. And the lady gave me undivided attention, and I end up feeling so bad that I'm taking so much time, of her time trying out. But then, I didn't buy. So I end up, walking out of the shop into Harry Rosen. I like this too.
This one size-wise, I think it's better. If you have slightly more room to put your cell phone.
The cell phone can fit.
But this one can fit more stuff. You say that's too big, right? This is like a middle, this is slightly smaller. Maybe they have other we don't have.
Yeah. Name?
My name's Ning.
Neil.
Ning, N-I-N-G.
Oh, okay. Ning.
What's
Okay.
your name, sir?
Okay. Lee. Ali, yeah, but Lee, yeah. All right. Okay, see ya. All right. Cheers. Bye. Okay, that was the prices of those bags are kind of heavy. I mean, this is one of my research. I mean, something that my company can easily, make tweak there and there, and then, you know, supply the very same shop. So there we go. Another idea popped in. So this is it. It's a good strategy. This is the business of fashion. It has been hit so hard by the pandemic. Some have still completely shut. And here I am, walking inside one of the famous mall at Eaton Center. Actually, this is Saks Fifth Avenue. Used to be really packed. And surprisingly, we are now on the big, huge sale or at the Black Friday, where I'm expecting a huge turn up. But surprisingly, there is not really much going on. I mean, look at it, with 70% sales going on, and it's still extremely quiet. Is there a way that we can do, or anybody can do? What can we come up to revive this business that's so dear to us? All this beautiful smell, getting to taste all the food. Maybe if you're not hungry, you just want to eat. You know, it's like you're ready to face your day. Now the whole energy system around my body kind of changes altogether. You know, gives you that refreshing feel to it. That's what food does. You know, that's how you know that you had a good meal. If you're not sleepy and feeling miserable, then it's the opposite. 2020, the worst year in the history of modern luxury. Do not allow your fire to go out, sparked by irreplaceable spark in the hopeless swamp of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all. Do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and have never been able to reach. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It is yours. By Ayn Rand. Hey!